Hello, and welcome back to the channel. So I am crammed in the conservatory today because it's a really wet and miserable day and it's dark everywhere else in the house. But as you can see, there are plants that have come in for the winter and stuff everywhere, so apologies. But today I've got some awesome jewellery to show you. I have my find of the year, which was absolutely amazing, so I'm really excited about that. And first of all, I did a bit of Christmas decorating in the house, in the living room, so I'll show you that first. So we've got the Christmas decorations out from the loft, and this is our cheese plant that we're going to decorate because this is where our tree used to go. However, this plant now is huge and there's nowhere else to put it. It loves the sunshine there. So instead of having a Christmas tree, we're going to have a Christmas plant. So what a week! It's been a busy one this week. I've been into town twice, which is unusual for me, but I forgot to get some wrapping paper, so I had to go back out again. But it was quite handy because I had the hospital on Thursday in Leeds and I was quite anxious about the appointment, so I popped out to the charity shops and that kind of took my mind off things, which was good. It's really cold in here, so I've got a nice coffee to keep me warm and keep me awake. So yeah, it's been a busy one. I did the Christmas decorations, I did all my Christmas wrapping, so presents are going out this coming week, so I'll be taking those out. And yeah, I got an awesome jewellery haul to show you, which I'll go through now. So I've got a tray full of stuff, and I don't know if that's because it's this time of year, so maybe people are having a clear out before Christmas and getting rid of things. Not sure, but there was absolutely loads of stuff. So I've got this lovely tray here full of items that I'm going to go through. And obviously I will save the best to last. So what did we find? So on the first trip I got quite a few necklaces. So I've got this lovely, looks like plastic, but it's glass. So it's like a 1950s necklace. So I thought that was really nice. Anything in scope without a label on it is £1, so that was £1, which is lovely, very nicely made. And then this one, I think this is modern, but it's been made to look vintage, and I love the chain that it's on. I'm going to actually see if I can find some of this chain to do some jewellery making with. But this is beautiful. There we go. So it's got a lovely bird, and then it's got a nice vintage style bead, a glass bead with that Aurora Borealis finish to it. Nice little pearl, and then it's got these little brass flowers as well, which I thought was lovely. That was £1, so another bargain. They had a lot of necklaces and they had some stuff in the little baskets as well, which I always have a rummage because usually they put things like brooches and rings and loose earrings and things in there. And I managed to find these, which I'm going to wear these at Christmas just because I don't know if some of you might remember, but back in kind of like the 80s, 90s, those Christmas lights that were all different colours and they were like little flowers, plastic flowers, and our Christmas tree, they had pink, red, blue, green, purple, yellow, orange, and I loved them. That always makes me think of Christmas. And I picked these up, and these are very, very similar in colour, and they remind me of those Christmas lights. So I think I'm going to wear those for Christmas. And they were only £1. So I thought that was good. New on the card, so not being worn. What else did we pick up? I think that was, oh no, not the only pair. This is the second pair of earrings I got. And these are quite Christmassy, actually. You could wear these as well. So these are like stars with little rhinestones on. And again, these were only £1, so that was a bargain. But these are nice and bright and colourful. What I have done is I've done my usual pan round with the camera so that you can have a good look at everything afterwards, because my camera doesn't always focus. So that was the earrings. What else did we get? I got one brooch, but I thought it was beautiful, and I can't make my mind up whether it's modern or whether it's vintage. It's got vintage look, but very kind of modern at the same time. Ooh, did you hear the wind? It is really getting up. They've actually put a weather warning out for today. Hopefully the roof will stay on. So there we go. It's got these gorgeous blue, purpley blue rhinestones in this very modernist design. Very simple. It's got a nice textured surface to it. And that was £2, which I didn't think was bad. But yeah, I can't work out whether that is modern or vintage. Not sure. If you know, let me know in the comments. Picked up some more necklaces. This one is beautiful, and it does have a name on the back that I'm not familiar with, so I do need to look it up. But it says Adaya, A-D-A-Y-A, all in capital letters. And then there's like a 3-leaf clover design on the back. So whether that's their logo, I'm not sure. But I loved the colours on this. It's gorgeous. So it's kind of turquoise blues and greens, and then all these little elements have got rhinestones and beads in there, little dangly bits. It's also got the name on the tag as well on the clasp, Adaya. So I need to look that one up. That's not something that I'm familiar with, but I thought that was absolutely beautiful for £1. I picked a lot of things up for £1, and I got a couple of bits for 50p as well, which is my favourite price of all time. Let's have a look. This was £1, which was a bargain. I love gemstone jewellery. So this is Tiger's Eye, which is brown, and it kind of has flashes of gold in there. And it's a nice chunky one with a barrel clasp, so vintage. There we go. And I might save that one for the Witchy fairs that I'm doing in 2025. So I've got some dates for some more fairs, and the gemstone jewellery does really well there. So I might put that one to one side and save that. I originally picked this up for the beads. However, I do quite like it as a long necklace. The only thing I don't like is how it's been finished. So someone has carefully, individually knotted the thread in between each bead, because these are glass. So if the knots weren't there, these would clink together and then you get little chips on them. So that's been done really well, and it's really long. So it's a nice long flapper style necklace. However, it doesn't have a clasp, and it may originally have had one and it's broken, but all they've done is they've just knotted up the thread at the end, so it doesn't look very nice. So I am tempted to either restring that one and keep it as a necklace, or take all the beads off and reuse the beads. The colour is beautiful, really kind of golden orange, really nice. So yeah, if I was to buy a string of beads like that, it'd cost me probably over a tenner. So yeah, I think I might take those off and use them in some new designs. I've been working on some new designs lately. In fact, I have some earrings in that I've made. So these are on my Etsy shop. See if I can give you a little close-up. So there we go. So these little beads are shaped like tulips, and this is mother of pearl that's been hand carved, and in the centre is a little fluorite gemstone bead, and then they're threaded onto some silver plated wire. And then I've made the ear wires as well. And I'm wearing them because I like to wear my own jewellery just to test it out. I like to make sure that it's comfortable, that it's easy to put on, that it stays on, doesn't fall off, that it's lightweight as well. You don't want anything too heavy in your ears. But I'm quite pleased with these. So I'm going to wear these this week, and I'm quite happy with the length as well. I thought they might be a little bit too long, but they're not too bad. So yes, I've popped these on the Etsy shop and try to list more of my handmade stuff, because I've got lots of beautiful things that I've made and I haven't listed it, so I am pushing myself to put it out into the world, so to speak. Right, let's have a look at some bracelets. Now this caught my eye because of the colour, and I've got some earrings that are very similar. However, I'm not quite sure how this is done, so if you know, please let me know in the comments. But you can see the flashes of pink, and it almost looks like mother of pearl or foil, maybe foil, because it's in plastic. So this is a plastic bead effectively, and then these beads have been put on some stretchy elastic, but the pink in there is, look at that, absolutely beautiful. It reminds me of the blue that you get in vintage pieces, that's butterfly wings, and it has that lovely iridescent shine to it. And that was 50p, so I was really chuffed with that. It's a nice bold statement one. And I picked this up, and at first I thought this was mother of pearl, but it's not, it's just plastic. Still nice though, it's got like a pearly, lustery finish to it. And I thought it was brass, but it's not, it's actually gold-plated copper, because you can see some of the red on the inside. But it's a nice chunky stacking bangle. Got one of my bangles on today, so that'd look quite nice together actually. I love stacking bangles, I always pick these up. I think it's a great way to change your look. If you just want to have a few jewellery pieces and you don't want to have loads and loads of stuff, you could have several stacking bangles and then wear them stacked together and in different ways. And yes, I thought that was lovely. That was 50p as well, so that was a bargain. I have two more necklaces. One of them I've discovered is actually damaged, but I do believe that I have some of these stones in a brooch that is broken, so I might pop the stones out of the broken brooch and then pop them in here. And I just sold some earrings as well that have got exactly the same blue. So this is a necklace. If I can untwist it. There we go. It's got a nice floral design, and then the blue that's in there, you probably won't be able to see it on here, but it's like a moon glow effect. It's gorgeous. These have not been set very well. Some of the glue has come up around the edges and it's gone like a funny brown colour, so I think I might have to get in there and dig those out and re-stick them, just because I think it makes it look a bit cheap. So yeah, I just need, there's only one missing, so what I will do is I'll see if I have one that I can pop in, or alternatively, because these are fastened on with jump rings, I could just pop that one off, reattach the chain and just make a slightly shorter necklace. It could be a choker style instead. So nothing goes to waste in this house. I don't like anything, like someone might have got rid of that simply because one stone was missing. But there are so many ways that this could be reused and turned into, it could be a bracelet. You could shorten it and turn it into a bracelet. You could take each of these individual sections and make each of those into a necklace and just have that as a single pendant in the centre, or a choker. That would look quite nice. You could even make a matching necklace and then use two of those to create earrings and have them dangling down. So there's so much potential in broken jewellery. And I like to let people know how they can restyle it and reuse it so that it doesn't end up in the bin. Now this I haven't tested, but I suspect, I did think it was silver, and it would be lovely if it was silver because it is quite a chunky, hefty piece, but I suspect it probably isn't. It does have a lovely tarnish to it, but it doesn't quite feel like silver, so I'm not sure. Just having a quick swig of my coffee because it's freezing cold in here. So this, originally I saw the chain, and it's a nice box, herringbone box chain, beautiful. Then I lifted it off the shelf. Look at that, gorgeous. I love these little tassely ends. But yeah, it really does look like silver, but I don't think it is. I will test it and find out. There's no markings on it. It's got a lovely, lovely S-hook clasp on the end. It's very, very well made. It's got a lovely weight to it. Lots of detail. The chain alone is beautiful, let alone the little flower discs on the bottom. So yeah, I will test that one. And again, that was £1, so an absolute steal. I couldn't believe it. Now, this bracelet was my favourite find that day. This was Monday morning, and I spotted the colour first of all. The colour jumped out at me. So if I hold that up, look at that. Beautiful, deep, pinky purple, chunky gorgeousness. And it's a nice clamper bangle with a nice tight hinge, so still a lot of wear in it. Love that shape. Beautiful. Plastic, possibly lucite, not quite sure how old this is. I will have to do a little bit of research. And inside, this had no price tag on it. Inside, I'm not sure if you can see it there. Oh yeah, it says 40. So I don't know whether someone's bought this from maybe a vintage market or fair or a vintage stall or antique store and paid £40 for it, which it's beautiful. And when you love your jewellery, you will pay £40 for something like this. However, I managed to pick it up for £1. So I was super chuffed. And I'm thinking, pop it on there so you can see. Look at that. I love this curved shape. It's beautiful. I'm thinking I might wear that at Christmas with the earrings. So if you can see, the purple in the earrings matches the purple in the bracelet. So I'm really, really chuffed about that. So I think I might wear those at Christmas. Get a little bit of wear out of them and then maybe sell them on afterwards. But yeah, that really caught my eye. Beautiful, beautiful. And why you would get rid of that, I have no idea. So that is all of my jewellery. I also picked up some little bits as well. I like to pick up things. I'm looking out for things for my fairs. So I have a box on the go and I've got gemstone jewellery in there, and then I need to put to one side anything that's kind of magical, mystical, witchy, all that kind of stuff. And I picked these up and I could not resist. I don't think anybody could resist these because they are gorgeous. But look at those. Oh, I ought to be careful where I hold those. My cauldron brings all the boys to the bars. So there we go. How gorgeous and super cute are they? So they're individual brass cauldrons. I absolutely love them. I don't know what they're for. I imagine they're just for decoration. But there's a pair, and these were £2 each. So those were coming home with me for sure. Oh, they're just amazing. Even the little feet on the bottom. Beautiful. So I'll put those to one side because I think that's something that someone at the Witchy Fair might want. They look quite nice on an altar, and you could put things inside as well. You could put crystals in there, or you could have some petals or leaves or feathers or things. I was quite happy to find those. There were some other brass items on the shelf, but nothing that kind of caught my eye. And now on to the find of the year. So I went to Scope for a second time and I went for some wrapping paper. So I'd run out of Christmas wrapping paper, which is unlike me. I usually have plenty. But over the years, I've kind of gone through my stash and used it all up. And I needed just another roll just to wrap a few bits up. So I went to the Christmas section, got my bits of wrapping paper. And then I thought, oh, it'd be rude not to have a look at the jewellery. So I went straight to the back of the shop, and the lady had literally just finished putting some pieces out, and she said she put like hundreds out that morning, and it did look stocked, and it did look like there were different things. And as I was chatting to her, kind of out of the corner of my eye, I could see this blue, this beautiful blue enamel kind of glinting. So once we'd finished chatting, I went straight to the necklaces, and it was a beautiful blue enamel necklace, and it was some kind of metal because it was very tarnished. It was almost black. In fact, I'll show you a before and after so you can see how dark it was. And at first I thought maybe it's silver plate and it's just tarnished really badly. I thought it might have been Danish because of the blue enamel. There's some beautiful Danish pieces out there that are sterling silver with a lovely blue enamel in them. So I grabbed it straight away, and then as I was kind of scanning across the rest of the necklaces, there was a second one, and this had a single pendant, and then it was on kind of like what looked like a wire necklace, exactly the same blue enamel, Very similar design. I couldn't find any markings because they were so tarnished, they were so dark, they were almost black, and I guess that's why they got put out, because you couldn't tell that they were silver. So anyway, I popped them in my basket, and I got some other bits and pieces, and then when I got home I did a little bit of polishing on one section just to see whether it was silver, and then on the back I found some markings. So I found some hallmarks which I didn't recognise. The 925 was on there, so it was definitely silver, but I didn't recognise the initials. It said SD in a circle, so I did have to look that up, and it turned out that both pieces are by a lady called Sheila Fleet, and she's based in Orkney, and she does beautiful, absolutely stunning pieces of jewellery, and she is influenced by the sea, the colours, the waves, by nature, by the things that she sees, and her jewellery is amazing, and it's very expensive. So I had a quick scan, and at first I couldn't find the exact same ones that I have, so I went through her website, and she has a collections section, so I went and had a look, and she's got all of the collections on there, and I found both necklaces. So I shall show you the first one. I have done some polishing because I wanted to show the beauty of them. They're not fully polished, but they're polished enough that you can see how gorgeous they are. So this was the first one. Look at the blue. It looks like the sea. It really does. Like when it's darker, when it's further out, and then it goes lighter as the waves come in. And it's this beautiful shape as well. Look at that. Like a wave. It's on a sterling silver cord, and then it's got a nice clasp, and everything's stamped. So the little clasp is stamped, and then the back of here is stamped as well. But it does still need some work. You can see on the back there that there's still some tarnish. So that one I got for £1, which is amazing. And this is still available on Sheila's website, and it goes for £270, which is just mind-blowing. Why anybody got rid of this, I have no idea. It's beautiful. So I have actually worn it. I've worn it a couple of times around the house just because it's gorgeous. I want to see how it felt. It's more like a choker. It sits right up here, which is really good because then you can see it clearly on your skin. It's gorgeous. So yeah, that was the first piece, and then this is the next piece. So when I found this on the website, I nearly weed, honestly, out of excitement. I was just like, yeah, this is amazing. So this one, if I hold that up there we go. So again, it's got the same beautiful blue enamel. Not as dark, it's slightly lighter in this, but look at that shape. It's gorgeous. And this is made up of links all the way around. What I will do is I'll put a close-up, and I'll put a picture of it all polished up as well, so you can see how absolutely stunning it is. But look at that. It is amazing. Each link is stamped 925, and then one of them has the hallmarks on the back as well. Now, when Sheila did her hallmarking, she used her maiden name, so that's why it's SD and not SF, which confused me at first, but she does have a little bit of information on her website about the hallmarking, so I was able to double check and make sure that it was the right hallmark. But yeah, absolutely stunning. Again, I've only polished the front just so that I could show you how beautiful it was, and if I turn it round you can see how dark. So you can see here how dark it was. It was black, pretty much black. I'll do a before and after, and then you can compare and see. But this one, again, it's quite short and it sits beautifully around the collar. It's gorgeous, and it's going to look even better when I've done some more polishing as well. But it'll take some time because each piece is kind of shaped. It's quite fiddly. So at first I didn't find this. I found the bracelet, and the bracelet obviously had less links and was shorter, and the bracelet is worth £350. So that kind of got me excited. And then I found a necklace that had just 3 of the links on, and then some chain. That was £550. But this one was on there, and it was still available. You could still purchase one. £1,039. £1,000. And I picked it up for £1. So I am over the moon. I think the thrifting gods shone down on me that day. I went to cheer myself up because I had the hospital that afternoon and I wasn't feeling great, and this just completely brightened up my week. Amazing. I just keep looking at it because it's so beautiful. And I've had a quick look online. There are some of Sheila's pieces on eBay that seem to sell really well. People seem to take really good care of them. Obviously, I don't have any boxes or anything to go with them, and I wouldn't sell them at their, retail price because they are second hand. I am tempted to keep this one and wear it for a little while. However, this one, I will be polishing this one up and probably popping it on eBay, I think. I was looking at the final valuation fees and what eBay take on jewellery, and it is quite a chunk, but I can't class this as vintage. I don't know when it was made, so I couldn't put it on Etsy because Etsy has to be vintage items. It can't be anything new unless it's handmade by yourself. So yeah, I think this one will go on eBay for £1,000, over £1,000. And you can tell why, because it is stunning. The work that has gone into that, and the enamel it's even got texture in the enamel. Is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this collection is called The Flight, and these individual sections are influenced by all the birds that she sees at Orkney flying in the sky. So the swoops and the swerves and the curves, that's what's influenced the shape of the necklace. It is gorgeous. So there we have it. There's my jewellery haul for this week and my find of the year, which is an awesome way to kind of finish things off. I don't think I'll be doing any more actual going out shopping now because we're the week before Christmas and it just gets crazy. It gets really crazy. Like, people driving don't like to drive near Christmas because people's heads are up the backsides, they're not paying attention, they pull out on you left, right, centre, people are angry, people are fractious. It is just horrible. So I do not like to drive near Christmas. And it's the same in town. People are just bumping into each other, rushing round, super busy, which I don't really like anyway. And I need to keep some of my energy for Christmas because I want to enjoy myself. I have a little catch up with friends next week, so I need my energy for that. And it'll be the last week that my shops are open, so they'll be closing at the end of that week. I shan't be listing anything, I don't think, because I have to pick and choose really. If I want to do social events, I need to make sure that I'm not wearing myself out and saving a bit of energy so I can enjoy myself, enjoy my time. And we all deserve a break at Christmas, don't we? We've been working hard. It's, it's that time of year for reflections and catch-ups and looking back on things. And yeah, I really want to enjoy myself. So I won't be doing too much work, just posting orders out, I think. Orders are going really well. I've been having a bit of is it like a mantra or what do they call it, like an affirmation? So every day I've been saying to myself, daily sales, and I've been having daily sales, which is amazing. And I think it's the energy. I think it's the energy that you put out. If you're positive and you're working towards your goal, you're actually taking actions towards something, then it happens. And it's been amazing. It's been a really, really good December. and hopefully that will carry on into January as well. So as always, if you enjoy this kind of content, then please give us a thumbs up or a subscribe. If there's anything that you like, let me know. These things will be cleaned up and listed shortly. If I don't do it before Christmas, it'll be just after Christmas. All my shops will reopen on 2nd of January, and I'll have a little January sale as well, so keep your eye out for that. And as always, I shall catch you on the next one.